We're going to start up in Ann Arbor, where Michigan is starting to gain some steam, maybe another top 10 class. They're currently sitting at 18 after landing top tight end target Matt Lwig, but there's reason to believe that this could be a big year for Wolverine recruiting. Coaches on the road this week, where have they been? Who are they seeing?
Well, first of all, let's not glaze over Matt Lwig to Michigan. This was one of their top overall targets on the board, certainly the number one tight end that they were after. They beat Notre Dame, they beat Texas Tech, they beat Texas A&M, Georgia, Tennessee for this coveted target out of Montana, a plus athlete at the position. Michigan just had the number one tight end in the NFL draft, and this is a guy with all the traits to be a special player for Sharrone Moore, Coach Kasula and company in Ann Arbor. They want to keep it rolling. They got their sights set on 5 stars, blue chippers from coast to coast. That list starts with the number one running back in the country, 5 stars, Savion Hyder out of Virginia. If Michigan was drafting this 2026 recruiting class instead of having to pound the pavement and court these guys to Ann Arbor, I think Savion Hyder would be their number one pick in this 2026 class. That's how high he is on the board. And he's got Michigan in his top 4. You also have Georgia, Ohio State, and Tennessee. And various sources will give you various tops 1 and 2s in this recruitment. But Michigan is the mainstay in that group. Tony Alford's been recruiting him a long time, loves Michigan's offense. Family loves what Michigan brings off the field. It's a place they trust, a place that they see him being successful in. Michigan's going to get him back for an official visit the weekend of June 13th. It's going to be tight down the stretch. The official visits are going to be key in the Savion Hyder sweepstakes, but Michigan is still very much a front runner there. They also got their hands in the mix for a couple outed running backs. Amari Latimer, an odd 300 recruit out of the Peach State. Michigan has looked like the favorite there at various points in his process. And they just offered Carson Baker, 200 pounds, sub-11 speed in the 100-meter dash, one of the fastest running backs in the land. Michigan looking to make a move there, get him on campus. Those other 5 stars mentioned, you have Carter Meadows, edge rusher from Washington, D.C., Gonzaga. He's got Michigan in his Final 4 with Penn State, Ohio State, and South Carolina. He's a 3.9 student. He is an electric pass rushing type, terrific basketball player, all the traits. Michigan is a school tailor-made for him. He's had a great visit there in the spring. Him and his family love the Wolverines. These officials will also be crucial, but I like where Michigan stands for Carter Meadows going into the final chapter of his recruitment, which is the official visits. They're also swinging at safety Jet Washington from Las Vegas Bishop Gorman, although I like where Oregon stands there.
All right, Steve, but what about on the offensive line? Michigan fans want to know. You got any of those trench updates for us?
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a position that's going to be highly sought after for Michigan. It's the backbone of their football team. They already have one big recruiting win this cycle, Bear McWhorter out of the Peach State. They beat Alabama, among others, for him. I think when you start thinking about who are Michigan's top targets on the offensive line, first name I think of is Malachi Lee, the massive offensive lineman out of the state of Hawaii. Michigan has poured a lot into that recruitment. Grant Newsome, Sharrone Moore, and company. Now, USC is where my on-3 RPM is. Alabama, Georgia, Texas, some of the other contenders for Malachi Lee, but I could see him in Michigan's class. Same goes with Leo Delaney out of Charlotte Providence Day School. They're battling Penn State and Tennessee for him. Zayden Krempen, they've been in his lead group for quite some time and have poured a lot into that recruitment. I'd maybe give LSU the edge. A&M's involved, but Michigan is one of his favorites. Kelvin Obot, he's a top 10 recruit for On3 right now, one of the most coveted offensive tackles in the country. Michigan just made his top 4. He spent 4 days in Ann Arbor this spring. Michigan definitely moved the needle there. Big official visit coming later this summer. And then they're swinging for some other high-profile offensive linemen, 5-star Felix Ojo, 5-star Darius Gray. Marky Walbridge is a guy that I think that they have a great chance to land. Jax Tanner, I probably like Oregon for him, but Michigan's in that one. And they're still swinging at John Turntine, another Lone Star State target.
All right, Michigan fans, what do you think? Top 10 class, top 5? Let us know. Comment section below.